Good morning, Oxnard. My name is Alex Burum, and I'm the new host of Good Morning Oxnard with KDYTV.com. A little bit about myself. I'm a local investment advisor with Plan Member Securities, president of the new Optimist Club here in Oxnard and Port Hueneme. And here we're dedicated to connecting our community with issues and our leaders. A little bit about Good Morning Oxnard. We started this show in 2014 with the new city manager and chief of police. And here I'm excited to bring in our first guest here in 2019, Pablo Ortiz. Here we are with our first guest, Pablo Ortiz, the voice of Oxnard. And he's going to tell us a little bit about leadership in Oxnard. Thank you so much for being on with us today.
Thank you very much, Alex. I appreciate the invitation. I want to thank KDTV.com for all the community service that they've been performing over the years. Mr. Bob Allen, who has been not only a friend of mine, but also a wonderful community partner in so many events. And so thank you, and welcome to the show.
We're delighted to have you.
Yes, thank you. I'm excited to be here, Alex. In your first show, it's my pleasure and privilege, and it's kind of unique because I go back. Yeah, thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about leadership in Oxnard and your vision?
Thank you. I arrived here in 1994, and I came to work for a company here locally, which no longer exists, Jones Intercable. They also existed in Arizona, and so I knew the regional director of sales, and when my opportunity to move west opened up through them, I took it, and I came to Oxnard. I knew of Oxnard only peripherally. I grew up in the Los Angeles area. I'd never been here very often. And I was really impressed when I arrived here at the community, a community that not only had at that time I felt a very vibrant a downtown that was starting to take shape, and an overall community that was so diverse, and then an incredible ocean side community and a Navy base. That really was very exciting for me. And I went around and, excuse me, a little frog in my throat there. Went around and started meeting people and shaking hands and getting involved in understanding the layout of Oxnard, and I fell in love with it. The people all just seemed like they were my friends and neighbors from where I grew up in Pico Rivera. And so I went to work for Jones Intercable and ran their sales department, and had a really nice opportunity to take my first step into two directions that kind of set the path for what opened up for me a lifelong plan of service. I used to give a lot and volunteer a lot before coming here, but not to the level that I ended up doing here in Oxnard. So what happened was that I was approached by the downtowners to be a sponsor, or actually for Jones Intercable to be a sponsor of the Salsa Festival, the first annual one. And that to me was music to my ears, not only from the standpoint of food, the salsa condiment, but from the standpoint of the music salsa, which is part of my heritage through my parents. And so I jumped right in. The executive team allowed it. Let's do it, let's sponsor it, and we became a major sponsor. I joined the committee and have been with that committee ever since then, and I celebrated my 25th year with them last year. This year is the 26th. I will still work with them as their MC this year, but I have stepped down from the committee since I am retiring and going to Oregon next month. And that set the stage for me to be involved in an event that was key to helping to rebuild Oxnard's image, especially in downtown.
It's become a staple of our community for
It has.
over 25 years now.
That is exactly right. And we bring a lot of people in, and we showcase our community in a beautiful way. And then the second opportunity that came up while I was in the early time with Jones Intercable was a gentleman had a business here, Gaston Gomez. He had a printing business, A1 Stop Printing, I believe it was. Came to me and said, Mr. Ortiz, we have a need in downtown. They're tearing up the streets to revamp them, to put them the way they are now. And we're losing business every day. People don't know that we're open. Is there anything you can do to help us? And I said, absolutely. I went to my executive team and they approved it. And we launched a PSA campaign to let the community know that the downtowners were waiting for them with open arms to do business with them as usual.
Great restaurants like our place here at Tomas' Cafe.
Exactly. So, with that in mind, early on in 94 into 95, I began my career in Oxnard of service. And as a result, that is the theme that I kind of wanted to talk about today is service to community, leadership in community, giving to community, and giving without expecting a return. Because that is the only time that when you truly give without expecting return, that number one, what you give is most effective, and later on, before you know it, you're receiving, and you wonder, how did I get so lucky? How did that come to me? It's amazing how God or the universe, depending on your inclinations, works. And my inclination is God. I have faith in Him, and I know that if I do the right thing, He'll help me, down the line with what I need. So that's the message that I like to give to people, because our community right now is at a crossroads, and our city is in a situation that they need the support, the understanding, and the help of everyone in the community to help build a future for what this city of Oxnard represents. When you have the kind of geographical footprint of Oxnard and the kind of diversity that we have, and the kind of businesses that would love to come here, okay? We have a lot of great ones here now, but there's many more that would like to come here, and many other people that would like to live here, but we need to make it better. And the way it gets better is not because we have the best run city or the best businesses, because we have the best people that live here.
Right. We have a mesh of community from all sorts of cultures that comes together, and everybody's here to promote common good and enjoy our beautiful weather. And the opportunities here are endless.
Yes, it's the people, it's the educational systems, it's the teachers and the parents working together, it's the city and the businesses working together, it's the families in all their units working together, the Little League teams, all the things that happen to make a community great takes leadership. Mm-hmm. And leadership is something that this community right now is actually in great need of.
Right.
We have different types of leadership. You have the leadership that is elected into office to run the city. And then you have the leadership within the city. And then you have the leadership in business. You have leadership in education. And the component that is lacking right now is leadership in the private sector. By that I mean in the community. Community leadership. People that step up to the plate and every day do something to better our community. I have been privileged to have been part of that sector for the last 25 years. I have been volunteering for countless events, countless organizations, nonprofits. I served as a member of the board for the Oxnard Downtowners for the past 25 years. The last 15 years, approximately, their president. I've been the committee chair of the Salsa Festival for the last 20 years. I have been involved with the Downtown Home Christmas Parade. There's Christmas tree lighting ceremony, the food trucks that we have.
And a strawberry festival coming up here.
Well, we have a strawberry festival coming up. I have peripherally been involved with that, not directly, because I had a big charge with salsa.
Right.
So there was a little bit of a conflict there for me. I couldn't get totally involved. Well, that's a great event that we have. And that takes leadership. A lot of leadership. Those people that work on that, they're all there as volunteers. I've been a volunteer along with people like Gary Blum, Betty Kennedy, and a whole committee of downtowners that have been giving to downtown for 25 years. And I'm stepping away. I'm going to Oregon.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm almost letting my city down, my community down, because I'm moving away, but that's not really what I'm doing. I think I've left a little bit of a legacy here for other people to try to follow. Get involved. Help your community by giving of yourself, your time, your talents, your treasure, and help to develop programming that is going to help our community grow, and do it with love. A lot of love. It's so important.
Yes. Well, on behalf of Oxnard and KDY TV, I want to personally thank you for 25 years of wisdom and being the voice of Oxnard and helping to connect our community with issues and leaders, and we hope our legacy, the legacy you envisioned and you put in place, we can continue to keep it going and grow.
Thank you, Alex. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be your first guest on your term as the new host for Good Morning Oxnard. And I want to thank the producer, Bob Allen, for the great friendship and opportunity that he's always given to me.
Thank you so much, Pablo.
Thank you very much.
We will take a quick break here, and our next guest will be Steve Huber. We are back on Good Morning Oxnard. Our next guest here is Steve Huber. I'd like to welcome you to the show. And first say a couple things about Steve Huber. Go around this town, he's dedicated in so many different ways. He really cares and loves about our community. He's here today as an Oxnard ambassador, but he also serves as president of the MOAA, Military Officers of America Association, as well as being retired captain in the U.S. Navy. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Allison. Congratulations on Good Morning Oxnard, you and Bob. This is a great tradition to bring back, and I am here to talk about some of the great things that are happening in Oxnard. Pablo is a tough act to follow. What a great gentleman. I love him to death. Of course, we have the Salsa Festival and we have the Strawberry Festival coming up. And throughout the year, we have some other great events, like we have free military concerts. On the 2nd of June, the Marine Corps Band from the 1st Marine Division down in Camp Pendleton are going to be here. And it's a free concert that the Oxnard Ambassadors are hosting. Oxnard Ambassadors are a group of men and women who can come together, and our mission is to enhance the image of Oxnard through business, military, and education sponsorship. We put this concert on for free, completely free to the local folks, and we'd love everyone to come by and hear a little bit of John Philip Sousa. That's a Marine Corps, he was a Marine Corps band conductor. And the unique thing about the 1st Marine Division Band is a couple things. First off, if you've ever seen the Tournament of Roses Parade, you've seen the 1st Marine Division Band march out. That's the band that's in that parade. Also, the 1st Marine Division Band travels nationally and globally. In fact, they're just coming back from Belleau-Wood, France.
Wow.
Right before our concert, they're celebrating the Battle of Belleau-Wood, where General John Pershing brought the Marines on one of their famous battles in Belleau-Wood 100 years ago. It ended in June of 2018. So this is a band that has a lot of great, talented musicians.
An amazing tradition.
Absolutely. The thing that's interesting about military bands, we host one a year. Last year we had the Air Force, this year the Marines. We're hoping the Army next year or Navy. Was that most of the musicians are service members to begin with. For instance, the 1st Marine Division fought in the Battle of Fallujah in 2004 to 2006, so the band members put down their instruments and picked up rifles, and they were doing convoy duty and things like that. But the unique thing about these musicians are they mostly have a master's degree in their instrument or a doctorate degree in music or arrangement or concert masters. Just incredibly talented folks. And so when you come, you're hearing this incredible music in an incredible auditorium. The Oxnard Performing Arts Center at 800 Hobson, 1,600 seats. I've sat in the front row and the back row, and the back row sounds just as good. Without amplification, the back row sounds wonderful. So we'd like to fill the auditorium with 1,600. Tickets are free. You can either get them at the Performing Arts Box Office, St. John's Gift Center, American Cleaners, or the best way is online through oxnardambassadors.org, and you'll see these posters around town. And in the poster it says Oxnard, www.oxnardambassadors.org. Just go to the 2nd of June event and you'll get your tickets through Eventbrite. It is a free concert because the military, we can't pay the military, we can't do anything financially for them. They come for free, we put it on for free, but we rent the auditorium. So we raise money through our golf tournament and other fundraising events throughout the year. But we make sure that the band has a wonderful venue to work at, and it's at 3 o'clock, and we have it as a matinee so that we can get more folks there. Come have a concert for about an hour and a half, and then go enjoy some of the great restaurants in Oxnard afterwards.
Enjoying the pack in downtown Oxnard. It's also been one of our staples here, and so it's great to support that and hear some terrific music at the same time for the best cost.
Absolutely. It's a great way to start out summer. You know, June is Dads and Grads Month. We've just had Mother's Day. It's right in between, so bring your mothers, bring your fathers, bring your grads. We have a whole bunch of high school students that are aspiring musicians that have been invited. They will be attending, not playing this year. Sometimes I try to get them to play with the band, but the 50-member orchestra that's playing this year doesn't have a spot right for this concert to have the high school folks. Last time when the Air Force were here, actually Andre Spence from Oxnard High School conducted the Air Force concert himself. And so hopefully next time when the Army shows up, we'll get some of the folks that can sing or play music from the high schools as well. And what a great opportunity. And we'd love to have all the high school folks that it's a free concert, it's wonderful music, and if you're an aspiring musician, whether it's playing an instrument or there's also a singer there, she's going to sing a number of songs. And it's not just military music, but it's wonderful, you know.
Supporting the arts in Oxnard.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be music from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and actually some current ensembles as well.
Yeah.
So that would be great.
Fantastic.
So you can make it, it's free.
Well, I'd like to thank Steve Huber for joining our show. And one last thing, I'd like to thank Tomas's Cafe, KDYTV.com. And if you liked our broadcast today and you want to stay up to date with our upcoming content and material, please subscribe to our YouTube channel on KDYTV.com. And that's it for us today on Good Morning Oxnard. This is Alex Bureau. Thank you.